waves rolling in. Sand is surfing, let the truth begin.
Diving deep where others fear to go. Promaga fire putting on a show. Sammy's dancing left and right, he spins. Aloha spirit, that's where it begins.
Hey, hey, Santa, ride that silver wave. Sammy grooving, nothing left to say. Banks are shaking, squeezes feeling tight. First lady shining in a silver dress bright.
Trump's returning, victory inside. Beach broadcast booming every day and night. Aloha joy,
Hold that dream so high.
Aloha, this is Santa Surfing. Welcome to Beach Broadcast. Today is Sunday, May 10th, 2026. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I want to thank you very, very much for joining us on santasurfing.locals.com. And also my podcast can be found on YouTube and Rumble. I also wanted to let you know that these are the only accounts I have. I did change my avatar on the X account. The reason why I'll explain a little bit in this podcast, but I changed it to one of the Fuzzy Bear NFT cards that was given to me. And I'll explain a little bit. I'll touch on it lightly. I have a lot more other things to cover, but I will cover a little bit more about the Fuzzy Bear movement and all of that. I just wanted to share this sponsor over and over again because we're getting more and more responses of people saying that it's saving their lives and it's really helping them, and it's incredible. The miracle, the hidden miracle cure. This is ivermectin. Meta247 now provides ivermectin and fenbendazole. And they have pills for as little as $1.75 a pill. And mind you, they are 12 milligram ivermectin pills, 12 milligram, not 6 milligram. And then they also have fenbendazole. But for any ivermectin order, they are offering 20 additional packs for free. So please contact Meta247 now at 888-749-0261. That's 888-749-0261. Scan the QR code or go to their website, Meta247 now. And there seems to be a lot more people reaching out to Goldco. They are a precious metals IRA company. We're going to be sharing some news today, and it's kind of interesting because is this a really big week for the financial stuff, things that are going on? But they provide, it's a precious metals IRA company, and they also have gold and silver coins for sale. So contact Goldco by going to santasurfinglikesgold.com. This company has been recommended by Sean Hannity and Laura Trump. And you can also ask them about how you can receive up to $10,000 in free silver. Again, it's santasurfinglikesgold.com. I tried to do this podcast yesterday and then I just kept getting kicked out and I said, forget it. I'll just go ahead and record it today, but I had to put some updates in here. So it is, the title is In It Together, UFO Files and Technology, the significance of the technology. Elon did say, I am an alien, and the masks are off comms. But let me just give you some news updates, get all this stuff out of the way. Ilhan, she's still roaming free. She hasn't been expelled, but she's got a ton of different things that people are different agencies as well as the Congress they're looking into. Hakeem, Timo Obama, we call him, is losing his marbles right now. And then Obama is violating the Logan Act. What he had done is he scheduled a meeting to go meet with the Prime Minister, of Canada and have a secret meeting. Come on. Yeah, a little private meeting, going out there, doing what he was trying to do. You know, that he's kind of like, this is his last ditch effort because President Trump through Pappy Trumpo had posted something and it was like, oh my goodness gracious. But this happened to be on the same day of this Delta. So that will happen on May 8th. Shadow presidency, Hussein, pre-post F travel, shadow POTUS. We're going to be learning a little bit more because President Trump did hint about Obama having the control of the auto pen in a meme that he posted, and that was on the real Donald Trump account on Truth. So let's see where this goes. This is AI generated, but even President Trump through Pappy Trumpo posted, and you're next, Barry. He's calling him Barry. Okay. So guys, remember this account, that it's my new Q drop. So is he next on Q? Is he the one that's going to be up on deck? And then this one here, this news kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. The Clarity Act, it's slated for the initial vote on May 14th, 2026. I guess they were trying to get a pulse check on how many senators are going to are in. Now, let me explain the process to you. This is posted by Watcher Guru. Let me explain the process to you that if there's any changes in the Clarity Act, once the Senate votes on it, if there's any changes, then it goes back to the House and then they have to vote again, and then it goes back to the Senate for another vote. So I don't know exactly how long it's going to take, or maybe it will go through the initial vote and then the final vote. I don't know, maybe I don't know, it seems like they're kind of changing rules as they go along, but the President Trump has constantly been posting and the filibuster. So let's see where this is going to go. But remember what President Trump, he did say that he needs to have the Save America Act signed first before he will sign anything else. So we have to watch all of this play out. But let's hope, and it's God willing, it will happen. Something will happen on the 14th. This was a May 9th Delta. There were lots of May 9th Deltas about where we go when we go all, but this one really caught my attention. It's really, truly indicative of how our community, how we've all been helping each other along the way. And sometimes we get a little exhausted and tired, and sometimes we just need someone else to help give us a lift. We are more like this right here. We have the Pepes, the autists, and the Anons that came out, and then the surfer movement came out, and we're all trying to help each other. And then now sometimes we need a little bit of a break. And so this is why I couldn't get a podcast out, because I had run into a new group of people, and I'll tell you, they are in they're just a group of individuals. It's a community that they're just laughing a lot, and they know where this is going, and they have a different approach. Kid you not, I'm just going to go up here. If there was a mudslide going downhill and they were climbing up that mountaintop, they would be laughing and helping each other like this along the way, just like we have. We're just kind of tired though, right? Aren't we? So I want to kind of get into some of the stuff that, wow, you worked so hard. Let's see what's going on now. New financial system. We know it's coming into play. This is the last week for Jerome Powell to be, the Fed chair. And then what happens after that? There's not a lot of conversation about Kevin Warsh coming in, although he is supposed to step in on the 16th, but there's not a lot of conversations about that. Scott Bessent posted this, and he just posted this on May 8th. And it's really interesting because he knows what's coming. Listen to what he says, and he's discussing next Sunday, the 17th of May, as the rededication to God, rededicating America to God. Well, listen to what he says and how he says it. Oh my God.
Our faith and shared values have sustained our nation for 250 years. I'm personally inviting you to join us in the National Mall for Rededicate 250, a national jubilee of prayer, praise, and thanksgiving on May 17th. This is our moment to rededicate ourselves to the principles of faith that allow every citizen to thrive. Be part of this historic day of gratitude. Register for your free tickets today at freedom250.org. Nation for 250 years. I'm personally inviting you to join us in the National Mall for Rededicate 250, a national jubilee of prayer, praise, and thanksgiving. A national jubilee
of prayer, praise, and thanksgiving. Now, it is held at the National Mall. Oh my gosh, what President Trump has done in 1 week at the National Mall is incredible. But it's very, Scott Bessent, he's ultra conservative in how he delivers his message and communicates. For him to actually use the word jubilee and also Thanksgiving, what's going on, right? What's happening? Well, it's happening. Thank you, Scott Bessent. The Jubilee already started. Now, earlier this week, I talked about running into an individual, and he was named Fuzzy Claw. Well, they invited me to their live spaces too. And I'm like, they were just kind of alerting me that they have this every Thursday. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and listen in. Well, they invited me to go ahead and be a speaker on the show. Mainly, I had questions. I wanted to know, what is your movement all about? I am not going to share too many details on this. On my live, and then on on X, I'll share a little bit more. But they're going to try to get a group of people to come in and explain a little bit more about this fuzzy bear movement. It is really big, guys, bigger than I even imagined. And when I walked into, or when I was listening to this live space, they just welcomed all of us with open arms. But they were very informative. And I had literally, this is what when I came in, I'm going to go ahead and move my screen. This was, wait, hang on, let me just go ahead and do this. This was my brain, okay? It was blank. I had no idea exactly what the Fuzzy Bear movement was, because I'm so busy with my other things, much like you are with your daily life, right? But it did get a lot of attention at the XRP Las Vegas, and they have been just exploding in terms of its notoriety over the last, since I got back from XRP Las Vegas. This right here also caught my attention at the XRP Las Vegas. This is Ripple Treasury. Again, guys, I haven't had time to dig. And then only a few accounts are sharing this news. I'm one of them. But Binance founder CZ says Bitcoin might be replaced in the future. Now, one of the things that the Fuzzy Bear movement did say on their live space, excuse me, I'm going to toggle up. You can click on here. It's about 2 hours and 36 minutes, and then we got dropped. But they are a very enthusiastic group. It starts out very enthusiastic, and then they immediately asked me to, they said, so Santa, and they just went ahead and asked me questions. It's like, whoa, this is your space. But it was really a different mindsets, but they're a very, very fun and happy group of people. And boy, talk about the shift, right? So they were talking about XRP will flip Bitcoin. The very next day, this news comes out. And again, this is one of the fuzzy accounts here. XRP will flip Bitcoin. Their avatars, again, the audience that I have, you're looking for cute little bears. This really attracts the younger generation, right? But they are, so the XRP is going to flip Bitcoin, and my gosh, that's going to be big. So what happened also was, they're, like I said, gregarious, uplifting group. They're just so supportive too. Everything is positive. It's awesome. But right an hour before they were ready to start their live show, X put out an article on them. Fuzzy Bear meme coins steal spotlight at XRP Las Vegas. It honoring the XRPL's first 2014 wallet trade on one XRP for 1 Bitcoin, launched in early 2025, now holds 10,000 holders with 17 million market cap. So the people that I ran into, they're the technologists and the developers of this Fuzzy Bear coin. Which is wonderful. But they were saying it NFT, so they have NFT education, high profile visits from Ripple executives like David Schwartz and CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Guys, so, and it's NFT. Those are they're like those playing cards, but they're digital. Hit a 500 XRP floor price amid surging volume while the community warns against scammers posing as official accounts. This was the official Fuzzy Bear account. So I just think, guys, when you're think about this, talking to the developer of the Dogecoin, all right, talking to those individuals, how exciting it is that they're actually out there, and they're also offering encouragement and lifting other people up, and they're very excited about what they're doing too, which I would be as well. Humble group though. Very humble group, but more on that later this week. So Dan Scavino, he posted this, and I kind of think it ties into not just this different movements, but he posted this, and he posted this on May 5th. 10 years ago today, with not much of a budget, but for my iPhone, I thought I would create the coolest content ever for this crazy world of social media. LOL. Incredible how times have changed. Now AI and all you meme geniuses. I love you all. What a freaking journey it has been. He's talking past tense. He's with excitement. This is not your typical Dan Scavino post. He, of course, knows something that's going on. And he posted a meme that says, the last man standing, Donald J. Trump. So again, meme geniuses, meme making memes, but meme genius of like forming meme coins. Again, you decide. I'm not pushing it. I'm just enlightening you on what's going on. Okay, so now on to other news. The UFO files dropped. But this is what the left and the swamp fears the most. They've been hiding this technology for years. They didn't want, and you know this. Most of my viewers, you know this. You're like, oh man, why are they hiding it? They've had it for decades. But it goes back to one of this Q posts, when the people of the government, when the people fear the government, there is tyranny. When the government fears the people, there is liberty. That's what we're walking into. Having these UFO files dropped with a lot of, again, what it did is it vindicated you. So if you were saying, yeah, I believe in aliens, and your friend at work is saying, oh, you're crazy, you are a tinfoil hatter. Well, then the UFO files drop. You're like, whoa. So I looked at all the files. There's a couple of, probably about a dozen videos of the actual flying objects. We haven't seen any of the aliens. This is the first drop. So you can click on this post right here. It takes you to a couple of the videos that kind of caught my attention. Others we have already seen before. But they're posting this Department of War post and drop. It's from locations all around the world. It's incredible. But it gets me thinking, okay, it's in President Trump posted from El Donato says, this is getting out of control. Of course, one of our, I call them our friendlies, with President Trump. But what's going on is, did it have to get released? Remember what Sean Duffy posted earlier this year, which I'll get to in just a moment. But it has to come out sooner rather than later, because and why? Well, we know Doge is coming out. They're going to wrap things up. But what technology is going to be released? And then people are going to sit there and go, how did they ever make this technology, right? Elon Musk has mentioned many times that he is an alien. I'm going to play a few clips for you, but does it give you some insight? You might say, well, he looks like us. Well, is he shielded? Is he wearing again, the masks are off, right? Is part of my title, but is he wearing something so that he looks like us, right? But he's actually one of our little nanu friends. So let me go ahead and play some clips for you on Elon Musk.
I am an alien.
You are. Please,
Yeah.
now you are uncovered.
Yes. I keep telling people I'm an alien, but nobody believes me. I'm often asked, are there aliens among us? And I'll say that I am one, but...
Or you're from the future.
They don't believe me.
Okay.
But I think if anyone would know if there are aliens among us, it would be me. We have 9,000 satellites up there, and not once have we had to maneuver around an alien spaceship. So I'm like, I don't know. Bottom line is, I think we need to assume that life and consciousness is extremely rare, and it might only be us. And if that's the case, then we need to do everything possible to ensure that the light of consciousness is not extinguished.
By the way, Elon is great. That guy is such a great guy. I think you're a fan of
I love
Elon.
him.
He is from a different planet. He's the greatest guy. That rocket.
It's coming directly from him. He wants there was another podcast on Joe Rogan where he said he knows Elon wants to go back home. We already know that we've seen a lot of hints. We've seen a lot of signs. We're going to start seeing some incredible technology. Where did God allow the two worlds to merge, right? You've got the whatever planet they have come from merging with us to help us out, and hopefully we're reciprocating. But if again, Elon an alien, isn't it that he's incorporating that kind of technology? And again, for those of you that have dug into this, many of you, my viewers, you know this, that it's like, everything's just colliding together in a good way. It's just merging together in a beautiful way. And even President Trump saying that he's from a different planet, he already knows. So again, the technology that's coming out, it's going to be life change. And part of the reason that the left was giving a lot of pushback to Elon before the 2024 election, because Elon was really promoting Trump for the 2024. They loved Elon, and then all of a sudden they were anti-Elon, right? So they know that this stuff is going to change the lives, but it's also going to end a lot of the dirty cabals. Let's say their practices or what they've been doing to like medicine, for an example. We're learning now from Robert Kennedy and Donald Trump, President Trump, that there's a lot of different types of cures and therapeutics out there that can help, and the big pharma doesn't want you to know that. So why are the UFO files important? Because it's been stifled for decades. The cabal knows that Elon and Tesla's technology is going to change the world for the good, and it's going to end poverty. Think about medical technologies, information access, AI, no need to go see sometimes you don't know what lawyer you're talking to, what professional you're talking to, and you sit there and think, are they really fighting for me? Are they actually fighting for, like, I had some CPA on Maui, and she and I went we just locked horns. It was like she's supposed to be the best on the island, and she was very. So I just thought, nah, I don't think so. So I had to go ahead and keep moving on. But the kind of information that we're going to have. Robotics, self-driving cars, transportation and flying cars, right? Advanced automation. Here's an example that came out just yesterday. Neuralink's blind sight implant aims to restore sight to the blind, even from birth. Isn't that incredible, guys? Can you imagine? You've seen videos of babies being able to see, and they're crying and they're laughing and they're so enthusiastic. Imagine an adult being able to see. Is this why President Trump had Andrea Bocelli come to the White House? He came there as a blind man. Will he come back as a man that can see? Yeah. Now, he was 8 years old when he became blind. So will he get his sight restored? How incredible is that? And was Dan Scavino trying to hint again that dirty cabal, again, control, and a lot has to do with dirty DC, the agencies, dirty agencies. Again, it's usually the top brass of these agencies that are dirty, and the ones that are really working hard, they're the innocent ones just caught up in the trap of dirty agencies. But Dan Scavino posted an owl and Tartanium 1 on X connected the dots. And it's really kind of interesting because he's showing this, and this is a meme, but he's showing how President Trump, he's pointing at, again, this is AI generated meme, but it's showing the owl-shaped DC. And when I first started doing podcasts back in 2020, you remember we talked about this? The owl-shaped DC. So is Dan Scavino hinting about that? Before the UFO files came out on Friday, Thursday night, Dan Scavino he posted this early on Friday morning, but he posted this, guys. So it's, it's the ET. And then hours later is when the files came out. Friday as well, Dan Scavino posted dodcoms in the water. So I'm wondering if it's going to be overseas or people getting shipped back overseas. I don't know. But again, just kind of keeping our eyes out on comms and just replacing many things with off-world technology aligned with us. It's going to be is amazing. So those that said there are no aliens or UFOs, guys, well, you can share that there were UFO posts out there and a drop out there. This is posted by the Weekend Memes. He also posts a lot of funny, it's for primarily Marco Rubio. I think he got reposted by President Trump as well, but it is Rubio when the UFO files dropped. I mean, this is hilarious, guys. Marco Rubio, he's had so many job titles, so they're just adding to it. And then the Department of Transportation, here's Sean Duffy, and he's posting the future of the flight is here under POTUS with 8 new pilot projects. And then they said that he says this is coming out this summer. So you can click on this post to see it. But it is not just a dream or a pipe dream. It's going to be reality. And this is coming again from the Trump team, Sean Duffy. Here's the post in just the screenshot. It all begins this summer. Oh my gosh, guys, how exciting is that? So are the masks coming off on Elon Musk? Are the masks coming off on others as well? Dan Scavino posted this earlier this week. He posted at the conclusion of this evening's state dinner. This was the state dinner that he had with Charles and Camilla. They had trumpets playing this music. Listen to it. It comes from the Phantom of the Opera. Check this out. Oh, that gives me chills. So the very last part of what the trumpets were playing, it's part of the final act. If you take a look at the movie, The Phantom of the Opera, it is the final act. And it's when this particular person here, she ends up finding the mask. The mask is off. All right. Now, again, there's so many different connections. There's no coincidence, but the mask is off so is Elon, the mask coming off for him of who he really is? Is the mask coming off for other people as well? But this right here at the final act, it shows the monkey. This monkey, it's a music box, and it was the Phantom of the Opera's favorite. It was his companion because the Phantom lived in a dungeon. So this is his companion. No more spoilers. I won't share anymore. But the mask is off. You can see the connections. I can't play this, and I think that's why I couldn't get this published yesterday, my technology problem, because it syncs in the final act of the movie Phantom of the Opera to what the trumpets at the state dinner, what they were playing, and how it synced in beautifully. But it ends with the feature of a monkey, right? You see the little monkey? Isn't that symbolic of punchy? I mean, come on. We've talked about, is punch you? Is punch something where it was rejected? I believe it's you. Where you, again, the symbolic of the rejection, getting tossed around, getting kicked away. Our families ditched us, didn't want anything to do with us. It took, Punch was alone. He was crying. Oh gosh, I'm going to start crying. But he was crying, and he was just in need, and he ended up finding humans, a different species that he aligned with. And then suddenly other monkeys started to come around and started to share their love. But in the meantime, he had to go ahead and hang out with this plushie and treat that plushie as his mommy, right? Again, I'm just looking at parallels. Well, I think Punch is you. You fought so hard. You only wanted acceptance. And more importantly, you just wanted to help save lives. You wanted just people to be enlightened with the truth, because when you have that kind of information, it's very, very powerful, right? You carried your tinfoil hat, which is your plushie, and you didn't give up. And everywhere, you carried it everywhere, and you shared as much as you could. Your path, your road, it was embracing others that loves you. And now is it coming full circle? Because all the crazy stuff that we've been talking about, guys, we're not crazy. We're not crazy at all, but the world will soon find out. Did you also know in the beekeeper, somebody brought this to my attention. I wish I remembered that person's name, but I want to thank her for sharing this. I think it was The Seeker had said the movie, in the beekeeper movie, is produced by Punch Palace Production. No coincidence, guys. No coincidence. By the way, they're going to have a part 2 coming out next year. Okay, then the mask is off. Think about the mask is off. Byron Scott posted this. It was a Carolyn Bessent and a lady, a beautiful lady, big smiles, and Vincent Fusca, right? So he's showing the parallels. Look at the nose, looks identical. The face, the features, everything looks identical. Vincent Fusca, they're always at the rallies together, but sitting separate. Guys, is that what's going on? Well, guess who posted yesterday? Or the mask coming off? Vincent Fusca! He hasn't posted. Okay, so he's posted for a little bit, and then he posted September 2025. Then April of this year, he kind of just did a couple of posts. Then he posted on Friday. And he's talking about the bank puppets in Washington are pushing clarity hard, selling it as institutional access and safeguard rails. They want control. They always do. The Capitol tsunami is coming regardless. America wasn't built to beg the old cartel for permission to lead the future. And then he tried to follow people, but he couldn't follow all of them. And then he says, many of you still confuse my identity. I'm still with you, the voice of the forgotten patriot. Again, is the mask coming off, right? Is there something really, really big on its way? And then when he posted this, it is this one. It is time. The forgotten patriots are done waiting. Like dominoes, they must fall. And then he wrote, find the corruption, expose the corruption, replace it with patriots, rebuild the republic, local action, national impact. Kaboom, kaboom. Guys, again, you decide. Imagine what he knows and when it all comes out, right? Imagine, how incredible it's going to be. President Trump posted this. This is the National Mall, guys. This is what it looks like. How beautiful is that? Done in 1 week and under budget. So keep doing what you're doing, guys. Honestly, you've been working hard and, oh man, fighting like crazy. And right now, I have to say this. I think one thing I was overwhelmed about this past week, I didn't have a lot of fighting. I didn't have any fighting to do in the last 3-4 days. The joy just exudes. And I mean, I was giggling and laughing, lost track of time. Just like woke up I took a nap, and I'm thinking, woke up from that nap thinking it was the next day. It was actually just the night before, but it was kind of daylight. And I asked my husband, I go, what day is it? And he goes, I'm going to let you figure it out. And he's giggling. I'm thinking, okay, come on. And I slept really well. And I'm thinking, what is going on? There's something happening, guys, within our souls, right? But maybe it's also the vindication. Maybe it's also knowing that if all of the things that we had talked about, that people said that was crazy talk, is coming to fruition, think about the other things that we talked about that's coming to fruition, right? So keep manifesting that joy, that laughter, prosperity. Keep thinking about your future, looking forward to what lies ahead. And then prepare yourself for the incredible, because are you really ready? And then when the prosperity, how you define it, begins to roll in, what will be your first step? That's my question. And there's that little blank line. And you could put it in the replies or just answer it to yourself. But think about the beauty of what is coming. And then how ironic, too, it all happens to be during Mother's Day. Mothers that give birth to us, right? Thank you, moms. Happy Mother's Day. And also Carolyn Levitt, she had her baby as well. But is it the birth of our nation, the sovereign nation coming? Is that what's going on? I'm going to end with this clip on President Trump just talking about we're going to win so much. We're just going to be so sick and tired of winning. We're going to say, no more. Well, guess what? Is that the road, the path that we're on our way to? Yeah. God bless you. Have yourselves a beautiful Mother's Day. Enjoy your time with each other. If you are a fur baby mom, happy Mother's Day, because you take care of them as well, the little fur babies, right? Thank you. And if you're just an excellent aunt or auntie or you happy Mother's Day to you too, because you take care of your little nephews and nieces, right? So God bless you all. Have yourselves a beautiful, just inspirational day. Look for the blessings. Find the beauty of each day and laugh. God bless you all abundantly, and I will have another show very soon. Aloha.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.